Good morning, Wall Street winners. It is Wednesday, January 29th, and the discussion this morning seems to be less about the Fed, and the Fed meeting minutes are coming out this afternoon from the December meeting, and more about AI. So, DeepSeek has really caused some waves, obviously, in the market. It rebounded a bit yesterday, maybe a third of what it went down on Monday was the rebound yesterday. It looks like we should be in for a bit of a further rebound today, although futures have now turned negative as we are about 40 minutes away from the open. What we can see, though, as we look through the Bloomberg news, is ASML surges on its highest number of orders, its most orders in its order book since 2020. So that's a good sign from a semi manufacturing perspective. They got hit a little bit in their last quarter, but the fourth quarter came out positive. Then we hear that Alibaba has a new AI model that it feels is superior to DeepSeek's and Meta's. So more competition in AI, more competition, better models, better learning, faster learning on maybe less expensive hardware. These are all good things for overall society. DeepSeek's promise of energy efficiency. So that has had an impact on power company stocks, especially those that really had a run up around saying that they were going to support and generate power for these massive AI data centers. So that's kind of where we are in the news headlines. And then if we move to the markets and the futures, you can see that we're in the red across the board, but not significantly. And today is a big earnings day. So today we've got earnings from the likes of Tesla. We've got Meta, we've got Microsoft, we've got Lam Research. Those are just a few of the companies reporting today. I believe IBM reports today. I could be wrong. It could be tomorrow. Apple's tomorrow. We've got Valero tomorrow. Got a ton of earnings coming out today and tomorrow. So it'll be really interesting to see whether the earnings are there. And if they are, then it should support and help to justify that the economy is strong and moving forward. Yes, we have some issues in it. There's always issues in the economy, and we're attempting to deal with those. So, where can we look for opportunities today? I think what you're going to find is more opportunities in some of the names that took a real hit on Monday, and I think some haven't come back as much as others. So I would be looking to see what the Nasdaq index does because I want to make sure that the Nasdaq index is moving up and is in the green, and then I want to look to stocks that haven't moved as much. In terms of recovery. And if they start to move, I want to see if I can jump into those and catch a lift upwards. And one of my favorites I'll be watching today is Applied Materials. Applied Materials was 195, almost $200 stock a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days ago. And then it plummeted and went down to the low 170s. It really didn't move from there yesterday. I think we're going to see a bit of a pop in Applied Materials. NVDL is off. NVIDIA is down currently. I think NVIDIA is going to turn as well. Now, it may take some of the announcements from Microsoft about their capital and AI spending and from Meta. Meta's already said they're going to increase it to 65 billion this year. We're going to hear more about increased investments next week from Google and or Alphabet and the like. We'll see what Apple's making statements about tomorrow. I think Micron's going to start to come back today. It's in the low or the high 80s. I think we're going to see this get back into the low hundreds, not necessarily today, but as we definitely move towards earnings, I think Micron can get back up to 110, 120. CrowdStrike, on the other hand. So a lot of the cybersecurity firms have had an incredible couple of days, up $34. This breached the 400 mark yesterday. I'd be a little leery. It's climbed a lot in just a couple of days, and we're still a few weeks out from earnings on these guys. So they don't report until March. And then you've got Palantir. Palantir dropped into the low 70s this week. It's now back up into the 80s, but I think you're going to see a little bit of pullback there. Palantir does announce in 5 days. So this is a company that is definitely, I'm going to say, a little inflated in terms of stock price. I'm a little leery. If they don't hit their numbers going into the quarter, this is going to drop. Um, if we scroll down further, Reddit, another incredible day for Reddit, and it looks like it's off to a good start. Um, Cloudflare, now this is interesting. They've had a couple of great days. They're up at 140, but in the pre-market, just like Palo Alto, they're down 25, $30. Now, I don't believe that they're going to open down 25 or $30, but I do believe that they're set to come off some of their recent highs. And Salesforce too, up at 360. It's had a good run. I think it's going to come down a little bit from there. Microsoft had a great day yesterday, heading into earnings today. It's off a little this morning. ARM holding at the 150 range. We've got the other one that was coming up to earnings. So IBM is today. Yeah. So wow. Okay. Maybe they've released because they are down $8 or 4% in the pre-market. So, yeah, no, we haven't. Yeah, announces no, that's a quarterly dividend. Haven't heard from them yet in terms of earnings. They report after the bell, so they are down significantly in the pre-market. That's interesting on an earnings day. Lam Research up in the morning session. Hoping for this company to make a big recovery and have some solid earnings today. Tesla under 400, down at in the pre-market. Meta up slightly. It's had a great run up at 675. This was a stock we recommended you look at the 560 level and get in, 570 maybe, and said it would get to 650 by earnings. It's at 674. So definitely blew past that. Netflix has had a great run, but I don't know what we're going to really expect from that right now, other than moves along, kind of coinciding with the moves in the NASDAQ index. BABA. So that announcement, oddly enough, really hasn't done much to send this stock up. Now, this is a stock that's been beaten down significantly over the last 3 years. But a big AI announcement from any American company would definitely shoot their stock up. This one has a big announcement. Maybe it's not yet to be verified. They've got earnings a week from now, but only up about 3%. That's not as big a move as I would have expected there. Nvidia off slightly. If you can get into Nvidia today at 126 and you're willing to hold this thing, I do not think you're going to go wrong with that this year. I think that's going to be a good play. Google has been bouncing. It had a great day yesterday, up $3. It has more room to move, and there's earnings coming out. So, what I would do for Google is listen to Meta's earnings today on ad revenue, because Google's revenue should be similar or better than Meta's on ad revenue. And it'll be very interesting to hear what Meta comes out with. And if it's very, very positive, the likelihood of it translating to being positive for Google, I think is pretty good. They have very similar, yet very different, but similar revenue models and business models in a few different business lines. So YouTube, obviously, with Reels and similar to Instagram. And then you've got the search ad revenue, similar to ad revenue on Meta and their other platforms. So that's what I'd be looking at, as well as TSM. TSM had a great day yesterday, and I think it's going to continue. This should be a $220 stock. So we just have to wait to see if it comes back. And then we get into financials, and mostly in the red. So I'd be kind of staying away from financials today and letting them pare back and waiting for a better time to buy in. That's where we are. Good luck in your trades. And if you're liking these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button.